हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल। दिस इज सीए राखी अग्रवाल। आज का हमारा टॉपिक है टैक्स डिडक्टेड एट सोर्स अंडर सेक्शन 194J, दैट इज फीस फॉर प्रोफेशनल और टेक्निकल सर्विस. This we had discussed already, but today we are discussing about the frequently asked question related to section 194J of the Income Tax Act. Question number 1 is, how can I verify my tax deduction under section 194J? How can I verify my TDS under section 194J? So you can verify your TDS details by collecting form 16 from deductor, or from 26AS you will check that your TDS is properly deducted and submitted to the government through Traces Utility or Income Tax e-filing website. So from there you can verify that your TDS is properly deducted or not, or deposited to the government website. Then after verifying, you can take the credit of that. Payment of remuneration to the company's director attracts section 194J. If any payment made to a company's director, whether it attract 194J, yes, it will attract 194J. Whether a single penny is to be payable to a director, TDS is to be required to be deducted. If the payment is made in the form of remuneration, in the form of fees, in the form of commission, in any form, if the payment is made to a director and it is not deducted under section 192, then it should be deducted under section 194J. TDS should be deducted for payment of fees for technical service, 2%. So managerial service are technical in nature and hence 2% TDS should be deducted for payment of fees for technical services. The company director provide managerial service, hence any sum payable or paid to the director as sitting fees, remuneration, or any other sum other than in the nature of salary will attract the provisions of section 194J. If it is in the nature of salary, then it will be under section 192. That technical service includes managerial service, and hence 2% TDS should be deducted for payment of fees for technical services. For the first time, the payment of professional service was rupees 10,000, and the second time it was 50,000 in the same financial year. On what amount TDS should be deducted if the transaction amount exceed the threshold limit? In this case, a limit of professional service, the amount is required to be paid is 30,000. If it exceeds the amount 30,000, TDS is to be required to be deducted. In this case, the limit did not exceed for the first time. For the first time, the payment is made for amounting rupees 10,000. No TDS should be deducted on rupees 10,000. However, the threshold limit of 30,000 for professional service is crossed while making the payment for the second time. Hence, TDS should be deducted at a total amount of rupees 60,000, including the first payment, that is 10,000 plus 50,000 at the rate 10%. At the time of making second payment, the threshold limit crosses, and at that time it becomes 60,000. So the TDS is to be required to be deducted on the whole amount during the financial year at the rate 10%. What is section 194J under the Income Tax Act? Section 194J governs TDS provisions related to specified services. Any person paying fees to any resident person for these specified services. What services are specified? That is professional service, technical service, royalty, competent fees. They are required to deduct TDS under section 194J. Who is liable to deduct? Any person except individual HUF, who is not liable to audit under section 44AB, who make payment to a resident for any professional or technical service is required to deduct TDS. What is the limit to deduct TDS under section 194J? TDS is required to be deducted under section 194J if the payment towards professional or technical service crossed under this section exceed rupees 30,000 per annum. Which service are covered under section 194J? Service covered for TDS deduction under section 194J are professional services, technical services, royalty, non-compete fee, remuneration paid to director of company. These are the services excluding salary. Shall payment made to model attract TDS under section 194J? Modeling may be a profession, but it is neither defined as a profession under section 194J of the Income Tax Act, nor notified by the Central Board of Direct Tax. Hence, recipients of individual modelings and acting skill do not attract TDS under the said section 194J unless they are part of the production of a cinematographic film. In which circumstances TDS would be deducted under section 194J? TDS would be deducted under section 194J in the following cases. An individual HUF not liable to deduct TDS. However, an individual HUF whose gross total sales or turnover exceed 1 crore in case of business or 50 lakhs in case of profession in the previous financial year, in which the fees for professional services or fees for technical service is credited or paid, is required to deduct on such fees. Further, individual HUF shall not be liable to deduct on payment for professional service if it is used for personal purpose. In such case, section 194M might be applicable. Should a person deduct TDS if consultancy service of a professional are availed for the personal use? No. Taxpayer is not required to deduct TDS for services availed for personal use under section 194J. Thanking you for watching my video. Please like and share, subscribe my channel.